Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Precious if you're new here. If you're seeing this beautiful face for the first time, please ensure not to make it your last by clicking on the subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up. Join the family basically. I have other interesting videos that I know will be very useful to you, so please do stick around. And if you're an OG, thank you so much for always coming back. I truly appreciate it. Yes. Today's video is a sit down video. From the title you can tell already. So I want to tell you guys why I love living here in Calgary and why you should consider moving here, and also give you guys the pros and the cons of living in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Before we dive into this video, I have something exciting to show you guys. I got this beautiful jewelry from Jeulia, that's what they are called. They were kind enough to send me this beautiful necklace. I already unboxed this. I'm going to put the unboxing video by the side so you guys see how beautiful everything is. The packaging is amazing, it's stunning, it's out of this world. Like, it's so cute. It's a very thoughtful package. They put so much work into this. And yeah, they were kind enough to let me pick a jewelry of my choice. So I picked this beautiful necklace, which is customized. I've always wanted a customized necklace, always. So I'm so excited that I finally have one. And it has my name, as you can tell. It has my name. It is so cute. And I went for gold color. You guys know, I mean, I wear gold more than I wear silver jewelry. So it has my name and also my birthstone, which is, which is so good, honestly. And they have other designs on their website. I wanted to get the one that, they have this one that has a date, so you can customize any specific date that is important to you. I wanted to get that one and just put my birthday, but I was like, no, let me get this one. That so that I can put my name and all of that. And they have, like I said, they have varieties of jewelries. They have rings, necklaces, bracelets, earrings, and all of that. So this is what this gorgeous piece looks like. Let me just put it on for you guys to see. I'm sure you can already tell from the unboxing video. And of course I do have a discount code which will be on the screen and also in the description box. And also in the description box down below. Yeah, so do well to get this for your loved ones. You can, whether you're a girl or a guy, you can always get it and customize it to whatever you want. They also have the ones that are not customized. Like you can also get those ones. And when customizing it, you're going to feel like a very straightforward form on their website. Tell them what you want, the size. I think this one I went for 20-inch. Yeah, that's the size of this one, and it's gold. And it has my name and my birthstone, and I love it. Thank you so much, Jeulia, for sending me this beautiful, gorgeous necklace. You guys, you know I love jewelry so much. So thank you, I really appreciate it. So let's jump right into the video. Calgary is one of Canada's most famous cities, and it has over 1.6 million people in population. So I'm going to start with the pros before we get to the cons, okay? We'd like to hear good news before the bad one. So there are plenty perks about moving to Calgary compared to other cities in Canada. And also Calgary was named the 5th most livable city in the world, and is also the neatest city in the world. So the first pro you have to consider when moving to Calgary is that Calgary is the most cleanest city in the world. Yeah, I know, right? It is so clean. And this was ranked by the Forbes magazine in 2007, and up to 2023 the World Atlas still claims that Calgary is the cleanest city in the world. How amazing is that? Yeah. So the second pro you need to consider if you want to move to Calgary is the low sales tax. I'm talking about Alberta now in general. So the province Alberta is the only province that pays just GST tax, which is 5%, compared to other provinces where you have to pay provincial tax and as well as the federal tax. So here in Alberta, Calgary, yeah, we do not pay provincial tax. We only pay 5% tax. What this means is whenever you go to the store or whenever you buy something, the percentage of tax you have to pay on whatever you're buying is 5%. I think Ontario is like 13 or 15% and vice versa. So that's a good thing when considering moving here. So the public transit here in Calgary is fairly reliable. It is affordable and is easily accessible, especially if you live here in downtown. You can get the bus, get the train. So the train here is called the C train. Yes, so you can get the train to any destination, any quadrant of your choice, be it the southeast, the northeast, northwest, or southwest. Yeah, the trains go to all quadrants, as well as buses. They have so many buses that can connect you to various areas and various locations here in the city. Another thing that Calgary has, which is so amazing, is the +15 Skywalk. What this means is they have an extensive covered skywalk system for pedestrians. This is really useful during the winter, so that way you walk through the skywalk to connect to other buildings in downtown. This is in downtown, by the way, so that way you don't have to walk outside when it's cold. And it's really effective because during winter it has really been useful to me. I don't have to walk in the cold. I just get from one building to another. I can easily connect and go to where I need to be and also come back home without being outside. It's named +15 because it is 15 feet above the ground. It is the world's biggest collection of footbridges connected to a building, and the length is totaled at 16 kilometers. Another good thing about this +15 is that it is heated, so that's why people go through it instead of walking on the road. That way in the winter you don't get cold, like I explained earlier. The next thing is the nightlife. The nightlife here in Calgary is awesome. No matter what you're looking for, you always have something that fits your budget, that fits what you want at the moment, that fits your mood. They have nice bars, restaurants, dance halls and clubs and all those kind of things. They have really good places for cocktails and all of that. They even have some amazing restaurants that has been ranked Canada's top 100 restaurants here in Calgary. And I think the Major Tom restaurant, yeah, is ranked as Canada's top 100 restaurants. You can imagine how big Canada is, right? So that should tell you a lot. Calgary is fairly close to other destinations. Calgary is close to the US. I think it's a 3 hours drive to the US. If you're trying to go to Montana in the US, it's like 3 hours drive from here. It's also close to Banff, the popular Banff, which is an hour away from here when driving. It is close to Edmonton, which is the capital of Alberta, where you have the West Edmonton Mall, which is the second largest mall in North America. It is also close to the National Glacier Park. It is close to so many beautiful lakes like Lake Louise, Lake Minnewanka, and all of that. Like, Calgary is just the place to be. Despite the weather condition or what time of the season, there's always something to do here in Calgary. There's so many outdoor events, outdoor activities that you can embark on. And if you didn't know, Calgary is the home to Canada's Olympic Park, which is used by professional athletes and as well as the general public. Another reason why I love Calgary is that Calgary has lots of activities and festivals here. They do the Calgary International Film Festival. They do the famous Stampede, which is the greatest outdoor show on earth, like in the world. And this happens for 10 days in the month of July. And they have various activities during Stampede, performance from different artists. You can go on rides. You get the chance to taste different types of food. It is something you need to experience, even if it's once in your lifetime. I said it before when I went to Banff last year, and I'm looking forward to going to Banff again this year. Another thing is that family doctors are now easier to find and have access to. Unlike before, it used to be really difficult, but now it is easy to find a family doctor. Another good thing about living here in Calgary is that Calgary is really affordable compared to other provinces like Ontario, BC, and the likes of that. It's quite affordable, and that's why most people are moving here. And because a lot of people are moving here, it's really affecting things now. Things are beginning to increase, like groceries. But up to date, it's still more affordable than most of these places. And also the housing market is quite affordable compared to these other places that I spoke about, even though the interest rate this period is skyrocketing, like it's out of this world, it is still affordable, or it is still cheaper than most of these places. Like you get really good houses that are big for a better price than you would get in Toronto. So let's talk about the cons of living here in Calgary, Alberta. So yeah, the most famous one is super cold and all of that. Yeah, it really gets cold, I'm not gonna lie. But the good thing about it is that due to the mountains here in Calgary, if you didn't know, they have lots of mountains here in Calgary, in Alberta as a whole. So due to the mountains here in Calgary, the Chinook winds helps to warm up the atmosphere, so that way it doesn't really get cold. Even if it's really cold, you don't really feel it. I don't know how to explain it. You need to be here to experience it, right? There are times when it's like minus 40 something, okay? And I think I experienced minus 40 something once last year in December, and it's not so bad. So another province that will have minus 40 something, the feel between that province and here will not be the same, even though we are on the same temperature. I don't know if that making sense. Yeah, so the good thing about here is that people think that it's so cold. It's not that bad, honestly. It's not that bad, because the Chinook from the mountains, the Chinook winds, really helps to warm up the atmosphere. So another con of living here or being here in Calgary is that although they have an international airport, but most international flights don't come here. For instance, coming from Nigeria to Canada, or if you're coming from Nigeria to Calgary, I know the only flights that come straight to Calgary without going to Toronto, then you have to get into Air Canada, one of these local flights. It's KLM and Lufthansa. I don't know if there are more, but as of now, I know those are the only two airlines that come straight from Nigeria to Calgary. Other airlines go to Toronto first or Quebec, then you have to take a local flight to come here, which is really stressful, because Toronto to this place is like 4 hours, Quebec to this place is like 4 hours. Like when I came via Qatar Airways, and they don't come here, so I think they go to Toronto too, but my flight took me straight to Quebec, and from Quebec I took Air Canada to Calgary, which was like 4 hours. Another con of living here in Calgary is the traffic. So because a lot of people are beginning to move here or are relocating to Calgary, there's so much traffic during the rush hours. Not all the time though, during the rush hours. Rush hours are times when people are going to work and when people are coming back from work. There's always so much traffic, especially on the highway in downtown, because downtown has lots of offices, so there's always traffic during those times. Another con about living here in Calgary is that the real estate is getting really expensive, and I think this is a general Canada problem. It's not just Calgary. Like I mentioned earlier, the interest rate is increasing rapidly. The bank keeps increasing the rate, and most people cannot keep up because you're just working to pay your mortgage. You can't even save and all of that. And a lot of people are selling their houses now because they can't really cope with the rates and all of that. And it's also making renting expensive. Like when I started living here, I used to pay a certain amount, but right now they've increased it and there's no vacancy. Like people are looking for houses, right? The housing market, the renting market is really crazy this period. I think the demand is higher than what is available. So landlords and apartment owners are increasing the rates and all of that because they know that the demand is high. Another con of living here in Calgary is that unemployment is quite high. I'm not even going to lie, because the competition is a lot. You know, Calgary used to be like the oil city of Canada until the oil markets flopped and everything, so it really affected that sector. But other sectors are thriving well, and the oil and gas sector is also picking up. Another good thing is that most tech companies are considering moving to Calgary, and hopefully that will help with the job opportunities. It will help improve the unemployment rate. And also, since COVID, most people now work remotely or at most hybrid, which has also helped, because you can be living here and you have a job in Toronto but you're working here, or you have a job in the US. You get what I mean? So yeah, the unemployment rate here is not the best. Yeah, it is quite high, but it's improving. Another con of living here in Calgary is that the crime rates are increasing, honestly, like especially in the train or on the train, like the public transit, right? There's always one story or the other. People keep getting harassed. I've never been a victim though, and hopefully I will never be. Yeah, people keep complaining about being getting harassed on the train, on the streets, and all of that. And I think when I came back from Toronto, when I traveled to Toronto, I came back, I think a day before I came back or so, they were like, there were gunshots everywhere, and I think they shot someone or something like that. But the city has not been as peaceful as it used to be, especially here in downtown. There's always one thing or the other, but it's not so bad. It's not really on the high side, but yeah, we've been having instances like that. Another con of living here in Calgary is that schools are getting overcrowded. So because lots of people are moving here due to its affordability and all of that, parents who have kids, like really little kids, trying to send their kids to daycare and all of that, it's really hard to find a daycare, because I've heard one or two people always complaining that it's difficult for them to find a daycare, because when looking for a daycare, you want to look for something that is close to you, and there are other factors too that parents have to put into consideration when looking for a daycare. So most times it's not even like accessible. And aside from daycare, even normal school, like if your child is ready to get into nursery school and all of that, it's quite difficult. And most parents here like to send their kids to the Catholic schools because they feel it's better. So there are different criteria that the Catholic schools look out for, right, before they like give your kid admission and all of that. And even when you meet those criteria, sometimes there's no space. They have like a long wait list which you have to apply for, and you have to just be in the queue waiting for whenever it's going to get to you. So yeah, that's also one thing you should consider if you want to move to Calgary. Yeah, those are all the reasons why I love it here in Calgary and why you should consider moving here. It's a really beautiful city. For instance, the Nigerian community here is good. There are a lot of Nigerians here and more are still coming. So yeah, it's really family oriented. It's somewhere you should consider moving to if you want to do that. So yeah, that brings us to the end of the video. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you have other video ideas you want me to film, you can leave them in the comment section down below and I'll look into that. So that being said, thank you so much guys for sticking with me, and once again thank you to Jeulia Jewelry for my beautiful, gorgeous, stunning necklace. I love it. So I'm going to see you guys in my next one. Okay, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if I didn't say that already. Bye. Mwah.